Kevin J. Johnston here, freedomreport.ca. This is going to be a bit rushed. I just got a call in from my correspondent up in Ottawa. There is news on M103 that you have to hear. The second hour of debate on this ridiculous motion has been moved from April to the 21st of March. Jihadi Justin Trudeau wants to push this thing through as quickly as he possibly can. Islamophobia, this is the anti-Islamophobia bill, which I'm going to read to you now. All right? I want you to have a look at that sheet of paper. This small amount of text is what they're going to base a law on. This nothing. M103 by the political terrorist Caledon, systemic racism and religious discrimination. The text of the motion as follows: that, in the opinion of the House, the government should A, recognize the need to quell the increasing public climate and hate and fear. The word quell means to destroy at all costs. You understand? When they say quell, they mean you criticize Islam, you can go to prison. You won't be shot in Canada for that, but you will go to prison for it. They'll shut down your YouTube channels. They will deliberately force you to sign releases stating clearly that you are not going to be free to leave a police station until you agree to stop talking about Islam. They are talking about quelling. The word quell is a violent word. Look it up, please. Quell. Please, people, right now, go to dictionary.com or any of them out there. Go to Google Dictionary. It doesn't matter. Look it up. Quell means that Khalid wants violence done unto you if you criticize Islam. Next. B, condemn Islamophobia and all forms of systemic racism and religious discrimination, and take note of House of Commons petition E411 and the issues raised by it. So you notice how she has to say Islamophobia first. Religious discrimination is just her saying Islam. That's what she's saying. C, request that the Standing Committee on Canadian Heritage undertake a study on how the government could, subsection 1, develop a whole of government approach to reducing or eliminating systemic racism and religious discrimination, including Islamophobia, which does not exist in Canada, while ensuring a community-centered focus with a holistic response through evidence-based policymaking. Where's the evidence of Islamophobia? She's saying here she wants evidence. I'm going to tell you in a second what she's talking about. Collect data to contextualize hate crime reports and to conduct needs assessments for impacted communities, and that the committee should present its findings and recommendations to the House no later than 240 calendar days from the adoption of this motion, which will be on the 21st of March. That's what traitors do. Provided that it is in the report, the committee should make the recommendations that the government may use to better reflect the enshrined rights and freedoms in the Constitution Acts, including the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. That last thing is just nonsense. It's garbage. So let's move on here to what I've pulled forward, okay? Number one, this is a waste of money, okay? If they pass this thing through on the 21st of March, 2017, it means that Jihadi Justin Trudeau and his band of crooks get to pay people they know lots and lots and lots of your money and my money to do a study on Islamophobia, all right? Next, that's, of course, paying people off. There's favors that they owe to people. Somebody is going to get rich off of this. We don't know who, not yet. Now, in that 240 days, these crooks that are going to get money stolen from you and I, they're going to come up with a report after studying the problem of Islamophobia, to which there is not one, to create a bill. Now, when the bill goes to the House of Commons, they will try to pass that bill as law. And because the motion has the word quell in it, you can be guaranteed that the word or the bill will have the word quell in it. All right. That means violence will be done unto you by the government, which they will quell with force with any remarks against Islam. But if you'll still be free to crack Sikh jokes, Christian jokes, and Mormon jokes, I'm sure of it. No one else is going to get this level of protection. All right. Now, in this 240 days, a very good question was asked of me here. Who do they consult? Who is going to be consulted in this 240-day report? I know what's going to happen here. It's going to be Muslims only. They're going to go to mosques and Muslim communities, and they're going to get all kinds of statistics from imams and from department heads, especially the terrorist, Hitleristic, fascist regime we have called the National Council of Canadian Muslims. Another group of cowards that will not return a single phone call nor email of mine, nor fax for that matter, and they don't answer emails to people that have white names. They just don't. God help you if you have a black name. You're done. Now, what I'm saying here is the reports that these institutions are going to get is going to be Muslims who get on a bus and got a dirty look from somebody. I mean, if you're on a bus and you're dressed up like that, and I can only see that much of you, I'm probably by default, without even knowing it, have a disgusted look on my face. And that is the type of thing that they're going to be reporting to their imams and this National Council of Canadian Muslims. So the police, who don't have these stats because nothing's being filed with them, the police records are not going to line up with what the Muslims are saying. But Justin Trudeau is stupid. And he's going to listen to what these national Muslim councils and imams have to say, and not what Ottawa, Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver police have to say. Do you understand? This is shame written all over it. This has got Islamic caliphate all over it. Now, let's move on here. Yes, very good question here that I asked when I was talking with the crew is the claims that they're going through or going to be reporting to this M103 crap. It's a self-reporting system. There's no outside agency at all that's going to go in there to confirm if the claims are bogus or legit. And they're all going to be bogus. And when they get one complaint, they'll make it into 5. They really will. So, benign stuff like getting dirty looks in the bus, benign stuff like someone maybe coughs and you're in the room and you take offense to it and so on. And, of course, Jordan Peterson's covering the fact that our society has been spoiled by making you all believe your feelings matter. Screw your feelings, honestly. Now, the last big question here is, who is saying that there is systemic racism in Canada? Where are the stats? Stats Canada is not even keeping records on this stuff. I can't get any statistic being pulled on systemic racism. When we say systemic, we mean the whole country, everything at large. For them to make this kind of accusation, it would mean that Naveed Bains, our brown Sikh Minister of Defense, could not possibly get a job as the Minister of Defense if we had systemic racism in this country. Iqra Khalid, the political terrorist, and the other guy that loves Palestine so much he wants to convert Canada into a Sharia Palestinian Islamofascist type country. That's Omar Al-Ghabra. He, if there was systemic racism, would not have a job on Parliament Hill either. So please, somebody tell me where this systemic racism is. I don't see it. It's not here. The guy standing behind the camera right now is not quite white and he's Muslim. What does that tell you? Systemic racism, it's not happening. And listen, Canada has been seeing a complete and total decrease in violent crime year after year, decade after decade. Now, with Iqra Khalid's M103, that's going to go right up because people are divided in this country more so than ever before, all because of one Pakistani terrorist, Iqra Khalid. The police reports that you're going to find countrywide are going to state clearly that there are a couple of reportings of hate crimes here and there. But do you know who the biggest victims are? Go on, guess. Jews. Anti-Semitism is still the number one complaint in the country. And Jews are not even reporting on this stuff anymore because they know people are tired of hearing about it. And you want to know the next most discriminated against group in the me, middle-aged white men. We are constantly being told that we are sexist, we are Islamophobes, we are xenophobes, we are rapists. We, white males, the ones who are fighting for all of this, are being told that we can't have jobs because, well, we're white men and it wouldn't be nice to hire a really qualified white Canadian-born third-generation Canadian whose family have paid taxes for 75 to 80 years. That would be wrong. But an uneducated guy named Parminder who picks his nose and just got off the boat 3 days ago, it's a better idea to make him a doctor. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is where this country is going. So Jews, white males, the two most discriminated against classes of people in the entire country. And we have Khalid and now our stupid prime minister and that idiot mayor in Mississauga, Bonnie Crombie, trying to convince you and me that somehow brown people who practice Islam have it really, really, really bad in Canada. In fact, so bad in Canada that we have to write special laws to protect an ideology, not a religion, but an ideology. All right, we are saying democracy in Canada is it's not that good. Islamofascism is better. Let's bring that here by telling everybody out there, especially this skin color here, that you're racist because you want democracy to thrive and you want to see Islamofascism disappear. People, if I were you, I would start getting mad, get up off your butts and call every MP. Forget letters. You got to go to their offices now. You have to form groups and go to your MP's offices. You have to flood your local city halls. You have to civilly disobey. The Occupy Wall Street movement, I know a lot of you sat at home watching it on TV and laughed at it. It works. This stuff works. Civil disobedience works, but it only works if all of you go and do something about it and stop relying on the Indian community doing it for you. They're the only ones doing anything right now. All right, you understand? That's from India. Brown Canadians are the only ones doing anything. And I know this because I go to all the rallies. I see 7 white people. You know what they're doing? They're calling the Indians racist. Think that through. Kevin J. Johnston, freedomreport.ca.